Hello and welcome to a new stream on Garbag Games. Sorry we're a little bit late, having a few technical problems, which Millie has bailed me out on rather largely. Thank you, Millie. Sorry, I am Andy. I'm your handler for the evening. We're going to be playing Delta Green, hence why I'm called the handler. A Delta Green scenario called Sign of the Judgment. It's based on True Detective Season 1. And yeah, it's Delta Green. This is why I've put my Delta Green hat on. As I was given it as a freebie by Arc Publishing, which was very nice of them, for being a supporter of their game and being a part of their creator group. Anyway, but we're going to play a scenario called Sign of the Judgment, which is based on True Detective Season 1 and was written by a guy whose name is escaping me, and I will have to put it in the notes when we put the video out. Whether on YouTube for repeats. Anyway, I am Andy. I'm the handler. Let me introduce my players. Let's go alphabetically. Let's start with Dennis.
Hi there. I am Dennis. Thanks for having me. Good to be here. I today am bringing along William Bofia, better known as Agent Brass. Previous star pupil, ace graduate, promoted to detective in record time. Wonderful life ahead of him until everything came to a grinding halt when he encountered everything Delta Green, basically.
Yes. Yep. We shall find out more about it, I'm sure, as we go along. Right. Then let's go to Millie.
Sorry, I'm doing 7 things at once. That's
Apologies.
Me. No, it's not apologies. It's just standard, I think. Hey, everybody, it's me. My name's Millie. My Delta Green character is called Sarah. She doesn't have like a rank or that kind of stuff. No, actually, I've got a name. No, that's it. That is a name. Right. Okay, so there's a thing here where we've got like 7 different names because it's Delta Green. Why would one do? But she's called Sarah. She is from University of Nevada, Las Vegas. She's a published author and educator, and she's somehow gotten messed up in this weird and wonderful world, which is not always going very well for her.
Mm-hmm. And then lastly, Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm only doing one thing at once. I've got a character called Agent Vermillion because that's the Slipknot song I was listening at when I was asked. And his real other fake name is Skip Phoenix, which is not just a great name, but excellent advice. He is an accountant, forensic accountant, and he's also from Las Vegas, and he's like FBI and stuff.
Okay, right. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take the hat off. It's annoying me. Even though it's lovely to get a freebie, I can't wear hats indoors. Right. Okay. So it is 2012, and you have all received a summons from where's my timeline? Summons from your Delta Green handler, who is a lady by the name of Agent Oculus, who you've not yet met. And you've been summoned to meet her in 2 days' time on the 3rd of May at a building outside Lafayette in Louisiana. And you've been told to pack a bag. You will be here for a while. You need to arrange to be absent from your work for potentially a couple of weeks. And fairly quickly, for Agent Vermillion, a briefing comes through to transfer you to a training course, and the same with Detective. Is it your name's Beaufort, isn't it?
Sophia.
Beaufort, Detective Beaufort. You get sent on a training course, and then obviously Agent Bismuth, you are able to just take some time off and go on a bit of an expedition. And you travel to Lafayette and go to the correct meeting location. And sorry, let me just. Sorry, bear with me a sec. Too much paper. Right. You are meeting at a hotel, sort of meeting room at a hotel outside Lafayette Airport, and you arrive there at 3:15. Now, for a start, there's some slightly Agent Vermillion. You notice that because to get from Las Vegas to Lafayette, you have to travel. You have to change, and you have to change at Dallas Fort Worth, and you notice that someone on the same flight of you does the same change, a woman, and then based on your awareness skills, I don't think that Agent Bismuth notices this, but when you're hiring a car from Lafayette Regional Airport, this lady, as you see her across at a different booth, hiring a car as well, and then up to you if you're surprised or not, but you both end up in the same meeting room with this lady, Agent Oculus. And so someone has also flown in from Las Vegas. Bit of a strange coincidence there. Now, Agent Brass, as you live in northern Louisiana, I'm assuming you have driven your car, which means you're able to bring some of the extra gear I've given you in the boot of your car.
Oh yeah, we'll take the company car, no problem there.
Yes. Now, this is Agent Oculus. Very smartly dressed, quite prim and proper lady. And she sits you down in the meeting room. You've got yourselves a coffee or a bottle of water or whatever, and then she's got several large folders with three of them, large envelopes with documents in and some other bulky things as well. And just right, thank you for coming. Have a potential situation for you to investigate. I'm going to run through a full briefing of what's going on. Some of it is not necessarily directly relevant. That will be for you to determine. But as part of your cover story, you need to understand the full case that is going on. There's been a public ritualized murder in Lake Charles. The victim, 19-year-old Stephanie Cordish, and let's make her.
Lake Charles is a place, right? It's not a lake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a place. Can you see the map in the background?
Yeah.
So Lake Charles is. I've lost it. Lake Charles is here. It's up on the left-hand side.
Okay. Looks like there's a
Okay.
lake there as well, which is
Yep.
cool.
Yep. Sorry, the map's not the best of quality. And sorry, did I just show you Stephanie Cordish?
Yes.
Did that pop
Yes.
up? Yep. She was displayed in public with a crown of thorns and antlers on her head. Her body was surrounded by crude stick figures with a spiral drawn on her body in acrylic paint. Toxicology found traces of LSD and methamphetamine in her system. Now, right, I'm going to add something to your journal, but I'm not going to put it on. I'm not going to pop it up so that Millie's got control. This is the crime scene photo of how she was displayed. So that is a not safe for children image. So Millie's desperate to see it, but not to see it on the screen.
Yeah, I'll look at this one later.
Yes, thank you. The police have kept these details out of the media. According to the detectives on the case, it resembles a similar ritual murder from 1995, that of Dora Kelly Lange. And let me... who is this lady? Okay, with some of these photos, if you scroll down, there's information about them underneath. Okay. The detectives who investigated that case were Rustin Cole and Martin Hart. This is Rustin Cole. And
all right.
And this is Martin Hart. Okay.
I feel like I've seen those two before.
Yes, I did say it was based on. This is taken from a TV program. Combing through old case files, they connected Dora Lange's 1995 murder to the death of Rhiannon Olivia in 1992. That is this lady here. Okay. Wounds on Oliver's body were consistent with Lange's. LSD and meth were in her blood, and the same spiral-shaped pattern was drawn on her body. Now, I'm going to put another crime scene photo, as it should have popped up in your of Dora Lange's crime scene photo, and then this one I think is okay to share publicly. This is the spiral symbol that was seen on the back, or found on the back of both Dora Lange. It's on the back of Dora Lange. It was on the stomach of Stephanie Cordish. Okay, a spiral symbol. The 1995 investigation led the detectives to suspect that Rhiannon Oliver's old boyfriend, Reggie Ledoux, who is this delightful-looking gentleman.
Delightful, you say?
Yes. That he so led it to him. They tracked Ledoux to a drug lab southwest of Lake Charles and shot and killed him and his cousin DeWall during a gunfight. Now, they found stick figures there, as they did at both of the other two crime scenes. Now, this is a stick figure that was found at Dora Lange's murder site. This is a stick figure that was found at Stephanie Cordish's murder site. So one was on the ground, the other was hanging. Okay. Okay.
I want to make sure if I click on these crime scene photos, they're not going to come up on screen for anyone, right?
No.
They shouldn't do.
No. Because Millie is showing her screen, so it's her. Only hers is the risky one. Yeah.
All right.
Those are the only two. Those two crime scene photos, the only ones you need to be careful of as well. I think everything else is safe. So they found the same stick figures there at the drug site, and the LSD on site matched that in Dora Lange. They also recovered 2 other people. A young man with a history of drug issues called Jackson Broussard, who was dead. So he'd been missing for a month and was found dead at the scene. And a young woman called Kelly Reeder, who had been missing for less than a day and had not yet been reported. She has been in a mental hospital in Opelousas since 1995. Since she was recovered, she's been in a mental hospital for the last, 17 years. And she is, Kelly Reeder is here. Okay. As I said, under a lot of the photos, there's little bits of information. The detectives now on the case have a new suspect. They believe that former detective Rustin Cole committed or helped to commit both the original Lange and Olivia murders and used his position to conceal his involvement. They also believe he's responsible for this new murder of Stephanie Cordish. The reason we have called you here, though, says Agent Oculus, has to do with the original case. The detectives on the new one began digitally cataloguing evidence that had previously been sitting on paper, and one of our automated monitoring systems flagged certain keywords in Dora Lange's diary. These words are King in Yellow and Carcosa. So this is the diary entry from the King. It's the Yellow King, specifically what she wrote. Agent Oculus does say King in Yellow, and then this is the second one. This is slightly harder to read, but if you open it up, you can see it says in Carcosa, and you can try and the lake, the shadows lengthen. Strange is the light where black stars rise. Normally, we wouldn't waste resource on this, but if this was an unnatural incursion, then the recent murder could indicate a reoccurrence. We need you to investigate and determine if that is the case, and if so, to contain and neutralize it without drawing attention. We also need you to determine Rustin Cole's role in all of this. If he knows anything that he shouldn't, then he represents a liability that needs to be contained. Report what you find to me, and we will assess his survival status. I have been instructed to warn you that those keywords themselves may constitute a vector. If you encounter any lengthy text or audiovisual material bearing those words, do not observe it unless you believe it is absolutely mission critical. Even then, only one person should view it, with one or more observing them for any unusual behavior. You must also report this event to me as soon as possible. If you encounter this or any material bearing these words, you may retain that material for as long as you deem it useful to the investigation. Then you are to secure it for pickup at a designated location. You must report these actions to me. You have, however, been cleared to read the contents of this envelope. And she passes an envelope. And it's interesting. She deliberately passes it to Agent Vermillion. So you have been cleared to read the contents of this envelope, with the stipulation that you do not open it unless your investigation hits a wall and you need more context. I have not been told what is inside. If you open it, you must report that to me. Open or not, when this operation is concluded, you must leave the envelope and all contents at the designated pickup point. The designated pickup point or drop-off point for all recovered materials is an old green box located near Crowley. Now, some of you have been on Delta Green operations previously. If you're unsure, a green box is a slang term we have within Delta Green for a secure location where items are stored. We have recently found one near Crowley. It's from before the post 9/11 reorganization. We've just learned of its existence and haven't had time to inventory it. You may find something useful there, and you also may be able to use it to store anything you recover. And she hands across, once again to Vermillion, a key and a piece of paper with an address on. Okay. We have cover stories provided for you. You'll be going as members of an FBI-led joint, JTTF, Joint Terrorism Task Force, looking at this as a possible narco-terrorist murder. The cartels like to send messages through high-profile killings. Cordish had priors for meth possession. It's possible she pissed off the wrong people and they wanted to set an example. Agent Brass, because of your local connections, it may not be advisable for you to use the FBI ID we have fabricated for you at some points. That is left to your discretion.
Understood.
Detectives on the case will expect you to contact them. Their names are Maynard Gilbra and Thomas Papanea. They questioned Cole last week, as well as his former partner Martin Hart 2 days ago, and then Martin's ex-wife Maggie Sawyer yesterday. Martin and Margaret both reside in Lafayette. He runs a private investigation service out of a strip mall office. Margaret is a charge nurse working at Lafayette General Medical Center. You're scheduled to meet Gilbert and Papina at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Cole himself lives outside a bar at Church Point where he works part-time. His employer, Robert Duman, is also his landlord. Cole has a storage unit nearby that he won't let the detectives see. They were just about to apply for a warrant when we intercepted it and blocked it. Here is the address for that, as well as his home, and she gives you another piece of paper. Good luck to you. Any questions? Right, I'm going to give you a few more handouts, because what she gives you is a file with police records and things like this in. And a lot of this, as she has made clear, is almost sort of background information just in case you need to have sort of explain what you're investigating. But this is a bit of information about Dual Ludo. He also died in 1995. This is Margaret or Maggie Sawyer, who is Martin Hart's ex-wife. And that is all. She also gives you each, I mean, I described it as a large envelope. I think it's bigger than that. You each get given this sort of issued equipment pack. They have your agent names written on the outside of sort of large bundle. And inside there's an FBI ID card and badge in your assumed name, a credit card set up in the same name, an iPhone 4 with charger with 4 numbers pre-programmed into it. They are Agent Oculus, the other 2 agents, so the phones of the other 2 agents, your FBI commander, who is basically someone who will verify that you're a legitimate FBI agent if someone needs to run a background check. It's the number you should give. Okay. There's also a Sig Sauer P226 pistol in 9mm Parabellum. That's another medium pistol. I'll add that to character sheets later, with 5 20-round magazines. It's registered to the fake FBI name, so that is a gun that you can use that will not come back to you unless you've got your fingerprints on it. There's also $3,000 each in cash and a laptop computer. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Let me just share. I'm going to show you a timeline of key dates. So, did that pop up? So, in 1992 was the murder of Rhiannon Oliver. Then 1995, the murder of Dora Lange, and then the subsequent shootout that killed Reggie and Dual Ludo, and then rescued Kelly Reader, who's been in an asylum ever since. And then In 2002, Cole attempted to reopen the case, claiming new evidence from someone called Guy Francis, revealed that the real killer was still out there. He was ordered not to open the case and was suspended when he did so, and he subsequently resigned from Louisiana State Police and left the area. Guy Francis then committed suicide in his prison cell, and then 10 years later, today is the 3rd of May. So Stephanie Cordish's body was found on the 19th of April, and then there's dates of the various interviews and how they then. So they started. The Delta Green started to activate, and you got your instructions on the 1st of May. It's now about sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock on the 3rd of May, and you have an appointment at 9 a.m. the following day. Okay, so apologies, massive info dump. I hope some of that went in.
Went into the notebook, that's for sure.
Yeah. Right, well, if I also make this is hopefully a pretty well a text version of what I just said. So there's that also. It's long, but it's there to refer back to.
Nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you like to do? You've got several hours. So you are in Lafayette, which is here. You're expected at in Lake Charles at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. You need to find yourself somewhere to stay for the night and possibly for an extended period. And then the green box is here in Crowley. And then you've also got, I don't know if you want to go and do the briefing, go meet the two detectives first, or whether you actually just want to go and start investigating. But you've also got the address for Rustin Cole, he lives near Church Point.
Well, I'd want to read everything. That's, big part of my job.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the talking to humans that are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not bad at it. I just don't do it very often. I talk at people, but not with people. So I don't mind finding a hotel and cracking open all these files and bits and pieces and going through things.
If we need to be in Lafayette and Lake Charles and Church Point, there's got to be a Motel 6 in Crowley. I just checked. Actually, there is.
Was it there in 2012?
Well, I did. It didn't say when the premises was established, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean that's sort of a bit central. I mean, I don't really get the whole green box thing, but it's bound to be terrifying. But yeah, I mean, can I ask Andy? I know that people aren't really whacking up the meth and the LSD at the same time. I'm from Las Vegas, so I'm guessing my character would know that too.
Yeah, you've got that little specialization thing in narco cartels or something, so I think you would know that. I think you would know that.
So it feels to me that was administered more than people partying.
It's definitely odd, and I mean the fact that the two historic cases were linked because of the drugs. That was the primary thing that linked them. Or sorry, allowed them to find the historic case that had been. So Rhiannon Oliver's death, she was found and was reported drowned, though there were what were Agent Bismuth is going through the records. It turns out that she was reported as drowned, but actually there were some stab wounds as well, which they initially thought were from branches breaking on her and things like that, was how it was reported. So it's all a little odd, and but the key thing that linked them was the drugs that had been taken and potentially, yes, administered.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut across you, Millie. You want to go and read stuff in a hotel room?
Well, I could read, like, it depends on how long we've got this conference room for. I'm quite happy to.
It's free.
Yeah.
But also, it doesn't help to get your own pot of coffee and donuts and.
We is all about the donuts. Get a bear claw down here.
Yeah. So I'm happy to crack on here, but also I would prefer to check into a hotel and.
Yeah, sure. You find a hotel.
Mhm.
What's Agent Brass's thing?
Drinking.
Drinking, did you say?
Copious amounts of. But I guess I'll have to put that on the back burner for a little while. I'm wondering about these two these stick figures that they mentioned.
Right. What amount? What occult scores do you have?
40.
30, I think. Let me just double check. Sorry, I've got 9,000 windows open. If somebody's faces disappear, I'm sorry. All right, no, that's fine. What's my occult? 50.
I got 10.
Yeah, 50.
Right. They are sometimes referred to as devil's nests, and they are. I'm just trying to find the exact notes. They are related to voodoo culture, and it is believed that they trap spirits that are attempting to disturb the dead.
Okay, so stopping things getting into the corpse.
Yes.
I mean, we've got so many avenues to go down. We've got the 2 detectives to visit. We got to look into the devil's nests. I'd be interested to see whether the meth was all from the same place, because you can tell that.
So the meth for the first 2 murders definitely was.
Okay, 1992, 1995, and 2012, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I think you're gonna, the thread I gave you called key dates. I think you'll find that quite good as a reference to come back to.
Okay, because, yeah, key
Because
dates. Because it's got key dates in it.
Yes. Yeah.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be very weird if Stephanie's meth would link back to the earlier murders, wouldn't it? Because the dealer deaded.
When was the very obvious meth dealer murdered? Killed? Sorry.
He was killed in a shootout in 1995, a little bit after.
Okay.
So while investigating Dora Lange's murder, right, going through the records, it seems that and this will be in the records you're given, but wasn't in the initial briefing. Dora Lange's ex-husband, Charlie Lange, sorry, it doesn't say it on the notes here. He was a former cellmate of Reggie Ledoux, and that's one of the connections that they put together.
Okay, and we have a meeting at 9 o'clock with
With detectives
Tommy and
Gilbert and Papanea.
yeah, Maynard and Thomas. That's what I'm going with, so I can remember that.
Yeah.
And these two people are the two that believe that Rustin Cole.
Yes, that is their working theory. Yes, that he is responsible both for the two historic murders. The exact phrase she said was responsible for or involved with, and that and that they also then speculate that or postulate that he's involved in this current murder as well. One thing to note about Rustin Cole is he left Louisiana in 2002 and then spent 8 years in Alaska working in bars and on fishing boats. He returned in 2010. And since then has been working at this bar as a place called Buck's, a bar called Buck's Place at Church Point, sort of what they call a roadhouse bar. And he works there and sort of sleeps in a back room from what it seems.
Does he know that he's suspected of being? Has he been questioned at all?
Yes. So you don't know the details of the questioning, but Gilbert and Papanea, they interviewed. So today is the 3rd of May. Then she interviewed Rustin Cole on the 26th of April. So Stephanie Cordish died on the 19th of April. A week later, on the 26th, they interviewed Rustin Cole. On the 1st of May, they interviewed Martin Hart. On the 2nd of May, yesterday, they interviewed Maggie Sawyer.
Okay, but he hasn't been charged and bailed or anything.
No.
Okay.
They have. They were applying for a warrant to look. He's got a lockup, a storage locker.
And Delta Green stopped them getting the warrant.
Yes. So, sorry, but officially the FBI stopped them. Your FBI task force stopped them. So it is quite probable that they're going to be, the two detectives may be slightly antagonistic as you are interfering in their investigation.
And what reason did the FBI give for blocking the warrant or not having it signed?
That they are concerned that this is actually a narco-terrorism case and therefore need the greater experience of FBI officers to investigate.
Okay.
Which is highly patronizing. Yeah, which is you. Which is potentially highly patronizing and liable to antagonize further.
Yeah, they're going to find that very offensive.
Yep.
So we'll send Dennis to go and talk to them.
Well, this is the thing. Agent Brass, please roll me a luck check.
Yay, dice roll.
Where's my dice?
I am a failure at being lucky.
Right, then roll it a second time, please.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well,
unlucky.
This is for you to decide whether you are lucky or whether that is actually good or bad. What that means is you have not met, you have heard of both of these two detectives. You are all members of the Louisiana State Police. You're detectives in the Louisiana State Police. There are only about, I think it's under 2,000 officers in the Louisiana State Police. Most of those will be uniformed troopers. There are not hundreds and hundreds of detectives.
These are staties.
Yes, and I'm not sure whether he's saying it or not, but Agent Brass is as well. You know of them by reputation.
Mm-hmm.
You do not know them. You've not met them as such. So it is up to you how you want to play it. but you've not physically met them. You may well have met other people in their offices their precinct they work out of, though.
If he says he
Sure.
knows them by reputation, does he know what reputation they have?
They are both good detectives. Let me find my notes on them. Gilbert is older, has been a detective for about 8 years. He is sort of calmer one. They're both fathers, though Gilbert is divorced. Papanea has been a detective for about 2 years and is a former, Gilbert is 42. Papanea is 36. Papanea has some service in the U.S. Marine Corps as well. He's almost sort of a bit of an accelerated route to becoming a detective. He's been a detective for 2 years, whereas Gilbert was a trooper for quite a number of years and then's been a detective for the last 8.
He's going to be all Semper Fi and shit, isn't he?
Papanea, yes.
Mm.
Though, I mean, he, in fact, let me show you a picture of the two of them.
Okay.
By reputation, where are we? Yeah, Papanea is a bit more headstrong and emotional, and Gilbert is a little more considered.
Okay.
Yeah, Gilbert more reserved and measured in his approach, and he sometimes has to rein in Papanea's eager provocations. But they're both very good professional detectives.
It's interesting that it took them 7 days after the murder to get to Mr. Cole.
That is certainly interesting because what's your criminology score?
1 second, hold please.
And Agent Bismuth, what is your criminology score?
It's like my thing. It's 70.
I know.
Criminology. Only 10, standard.
You can make a criminology roll, Millie.
Or me?
This is quite a well-known case.
Oh no, I failed. 27. I failed.
You failed, right? You don't know any details of it. It's quite well known though in the police law enforcement community. Agent Brass, you absolutely know this, being automatically being a Louisiana resident. This was big news at the time back in, I mean, it's 12 years ago, but 1995, because it was an absolutely mad shootout at their drug lab. Reggie Ledoux apparently was shooting around. He had an AK-47 with what's called a drum magazine, so it's like a machine gun. He's got I think it's I can't remember what the capacity is, but it's a high capacity magazine, and was spraying bullets all over the place, and was luckily killed by Marty Hart, and DeWall Ledoux, his cousin, was trying to run away when he stepped on what appears to have been, and there were others found around the property, an improvised explosive device, and accidentally blew himself up into pieces. So he was his body was very, very heavily mangled. So it was quite a big story. The fact that they rescued one woman and found another dead body there. because there was never a trial. The investigation was closed with these two men being blamed for the murder of Dora Lange and Rhiannon Oliver. But it was very much a big news story nationally within America because of the violence of the shootout.
Well, look, if it's like big national news and violence and shootouts, and there's no weird anthropology or archaeological digs, of course I wasn't interested. Like, this is
No, exactly.
totally not interested.
Nope. That's why the 10% chance was a perfectly fair.
Yeah. Totally not interested.
Okay.
Sorry, can I just ask one more question? At 9 a.m. we're going to see those two guys, right? That's our appointment.
Yes, in Lake Charles.
Yep,
in Lake Charles. Yeah. And
is there any reason all three of us need to go to that? Because I'm also slightly interested in going to see where the dead bodies were, both professionally and Delta Greenally.
You meaning? Sorry.
No, I think maybe that's something we could do now.
Well, it depends on how late it is. Like,
or it's tea time.
4:30, something like that.
Because
and it's light late.
Okay, well
it's May.
That's cool.
Now, when you say the dead bodies, what are you meaning? Are you meaning where the two murder victims were found?
The most recent one. Let me pull up the what's her name? Stephanie.
Yes, was found in near Lake Charles.
Yeah, I'd like to go and at least see like her resting place, because that's most recent. If there's stuff around there, then it'll be pretty easy to look. And if that's got like, I don't know, big yellow signs made out of twigs everywhere, I'll try and resist going crazy. That is Millie talking, not my character. But yeah, if we find information there that is overlooked enough, it might still be in the other places. If there's nothing of interest, there's no point going out to them just yet.
I like it.
That's my logic.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, currently, all three of you have got cars that are either your own car or registered your car in Agent Brass's case, or hired from the airport in your real names. Do you want to go and do some sorting out and get, while you're in Lafayette, do you want to get vehicles that are hired under your FBI fake IDs?
Sure. Skip Phoenix rides again.
Yep. Okay.
And didn't occur to me, but yeah, that's what we're doing.
How many? Yeah, this whole fake ID bit is something you'll get your head around.
Yeah, eventually.
Yep. How many cars do you wish to hire? You can have one each, or you can share. What would you like to do? And is anyone sticking with their original car that's in their name? And more importantly, I think for Agent Brass, if you're changing car, what are you doing with your actual car? Are you just going to stick it in the long stay car park at Lafayette Airport?
Oh no, I'll stick to good old Maggie. She's seen me through many a journey. I'll stick with her.
Okay. And the other two of you, do you want to get one car between you, or do you want to have a car each?
I've watched the X-Files, right? They only got one car.
Yeah, man. I say one car.
Okay, so you two go off and sort out your car to then work out what to do next. And what, Agent Brass, what are you doing while they're doing that?
Drinking.
Not during the day. I need to drive, so no, that's be a stupid reason to get arrested. I don't know. Play chauffeur to them, get them to where they need to be.
Okay.
Because I like Bismuth's plan of heading over to Lake Charles, so I'd like to accompany her.
Okay. So they're sorting out moving their stuff from their their respective cars into a new one they've hired from a different rental agency under one of someone's fake FBI ID. And while that happens, Agent Brass, you receive a phone call, and Millie and Rob, would you mind removing headphones a sec, please? Right, Agent Brass, you get a phone call. It's from Agent Oculus.
Right.
And she says, please understand, the warning I gave about the danger of this vector is very explicit.
Right.
You are not to be the one that observes it. It may be necessary if whichever of your teammates interacts with it, if they become dangerous, you may need to resolve the situation expediently.
Understood.
Do you understand my meaning?
Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, eh?
Okay. So please ensure that you are not the one who interacts with anything to do with the King in Yellow or Carcosa. Okay.
Try to stay well clear of such things, but yeah.
And observe whichever the other one does. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Right. So you've hired your car, and what do you then wish to do? Are you all going to Lake Charles to look at the murder scene? Do you want to go to the Green Box in Crowley first?
Have any of us? Sorry, have I been on a? Is this my first sort of?
Yeah, this is your first. I would say that your character and Millie's characters are both what are called Delta Green friendlies. You've probably interacted with them before. You've been helpful. I would imagine your character, Rob, in some form of forensic accounting. Millie's character in some sort of anthropological expertise and potentially archaeology as well. Agent Brass, I think you've done at least one mission before, probably a couple.
Yeah, I used the what is it, the damaged veteran?
Damaged
thing,
veteran, yeah.
Didn't I? So I've done at least one.
At least one. I mean, you can get that from literally one mission. So you can get damn sight worse than that from one mission. So
is the green box on the way? If the green box is on the way, let's just check it out.
Yeah. So the green box is
Crowley, I-10
Crowley
West.
there. Yeah. Okay. One thing, by the way, I have you can measure distances on this. I have set the measurement tool correctly on this, just in case that it's not relevant at the moment, but just in case it is.
What is a kilometer?
Well, unfortunately,
It's what they use in Europe, and it's much simpler.
Yes.
Never got the hang of it.
Oh, yes. Your sat navs are clearly European imports. Right.
Timu knockoff.
So the green box. The green box, according to the address, the address actually has a little bit of instructions on it. It's underneath. It's the basement of a disused house. Okay, that should be accessed from a rear door taking you underground.
Or like a storm shelter thing.
Yes. Okay. Yep. And you follow the. Sorry. Are you? So you're in two cars, are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So you drive to the green box, and the house looks dilapidated. It looks sort of holes in the roof. No one would want to live there. It takes a little bit of looking, but you find some concrete steps going down, all overgrown by dead brambles and so on. Someone has sort of done some, not quite ground clearance, but sort of pushing them around aside and stuff to get down there. Someone has been down there at some point recently. There's a few broken brambles and things like this. And at the bottom, then is a large steel door with a padlock on it, and you have been given the key.
I'll attempt to open locks.
Okay. You open it, and
Shoggoth attacks.
The lock is a mimic.
You've opened it about 3 or 4 inches, and then spot something that makes you stop. There are no less than 3 tripwires from the back of the door that are being pulled tight as you're opening the door.
Right, I'm probably going to stop.
Yes, I've assumed you were.
Is this standard operating practice to have tripwire on the green boxes?
You've no idea.
Dennis, does Agent Brass know?
To you, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual. Usually, it's they're hidden in plain sight kind of thing, like basement of a disused building. Yes, tripwires, no, because that means something. A person stumbling upon this thing, something goes horribly wrong. It gets investigated.
Yeah. Is it possible? Who's our disabled tripwires guy or gal?
Right. I don't think anyone's got any demolition skill, but I mean, it's not. They're wires that are being pulled taut, but are not yet taut. Simply taking something from a penknife or something like that and cutting the tripwires will be sufficient.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do
So
it.
someone cuts the tripwires, and then you open the rest of the door, and you can see that there are strapped inside. There are 3 fragmentation grenades.
Oh.
But someone will know enough about grenades between the 3 of you to note that though their safety pins and have been removed and they would have ignited, the actual detonator bit has been removed from each grenade. So they're actually not quite dummies, they're disarmed grenades.
They wouldn't have fragmented, they wouldn't have exploded.
No, they wouldn't have exploded. But there is a note someone has attached to one of them that's written in handwriting that says, "Stay on your toes. These could have been real. Be seeing you."
Weird way to introduce yourself.
He sounds fabulous.
Now, the from Agent Brass's experience, a green box can quite often be slightly chaotic organisation, but it's essentially a storage place, and so it's placed somewhere you store things. So certain elements of what you see in front of you are quite odd. The floor of the green box is scattered with very old rose petals that look like they're quite dried and rotting away. Unlit candles have been placed in a circle, and a double sleeping bag, as in 2 sleeping bags attached together, lies in the centre of the room. One side wall is lined with metal racks holding sort of large cardboard boxes.
Like archival boxes.
Like archival boxes.
Yeah.
6 wide, 4 high, a total of 24 boxes. Though it's notable that a few of the last ones are sitting on their lids, so it's looked like they may not have anything in them. They all have numbers on, though the numbers they are in sequential order, but I think the lowest is 7 and the highest is 91. But there's 24 of them in total.
There are 24 boxes, each numbered a number between 7 and 91.
Yes. So they've got someone and it's different handwriting. Someone has written with a sort of black Sharpie a number on the side of the box. So you could tell someone go and look at box X, and that's one you would be looking for. Okay.
The numerical handwriting is different on all the boxes. A different
Correct,
person
yeah.
wrote. Okay.
Yeah, and all of the boxes, all of them look aged. They've clearly all been here for a while, even the ones that haven't been used. Okay, and there's also a couple of spare ones, sort of folded up, yet to be folded out into a box, sort of stacked onto one side, leaning against the end of the shelves. There's also a couple of pairs of rusted folding chairs. There's also a footlocker and a guitar case, and each of those has the word opera in capital letters chalked on them in green chalk. There's also a large sort of holdall to one side as well. So there is quite a lot of weird stuff. The boxes for interest are numbers 7, 12, 23, 24, 31, 43, 47, 50, 54, 56, 59, 61, 66, 73, 78, 79, 82, 84, and then from 86 to 91 appear to be empty.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting to. I was just trying to get across how random the numbers are. But
okay.
there's sort of quite a spread. So it's quite a weird. I mean, there's space for you to put things in here, and
hold on, is this going to be our hotel?
Would not recommend it.
No, thank you.
All right.
as a potential backup, but not as a standard one.
Sorry, Dennis.
I was going to say it can be a bolt hole in a case of emergency, but I would not recommend staying here any length of time.
Sure. Is Bismuth going to want to look through all of the numbered thingies?
Also not recommend that.
What do we recommend doing here? Because
I would like to look in the boxes that are on the lids and see if they have always been empty, or there is something that might have been taken.
So that's the last 6, 86 to 91. They are all empty, sitting on their lids. They don't look to have any indentations from anything heavy being in them. They're all a bit discoloured from age, but I mean, a few sheets of paper wouldn't have marked them. But anything heavier than that, I mean, it's a cardboard box.
You put
it would have left an indentation.
Bits from
exactly.
a murder that was you can't mud.
Yeah.
Put in murder mud.
But you know what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. There would have been. Yeah. I can't imagine whoever organised the space has also gone to the efforts of carefully removing any debris that is on anything they've brought back.
No, certainly not.
So yeah, I'm just looking they scooped up a bunch of stuff and this I'll gesture to the double sleeping bag and the rose petals. This looks like something romantic.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's weird.
Don't have to be an anthropologist to get that one, lads. Just
and then what would happen? So
sleep.
All right, gotcha.
Opera.
Bismuth is doing that. May I have a rummage in the guitar case? And do I know anywhere called the Green Opera or the Opera House or locally? Or does Brass?
So, Brass, roll me a luck roll.
Third time? Lucky,
lost me.
yes.
Right. On one of your previous operations, a more experienced Delta Green agent referred to the mission as going on a mission as a night at the opera. And so there is a certain gallows humor amongst some Delta Green agents, you have surmised from your conversations with him, where they refer the use of the word opera, particularly in green chalk, might be a reference to some sort of Delta Green mission.
Is there anything in the guitar case?
So you open the guitar case. It has been converted from holding a guitar. It is converted to hold. It's a gun box with foam inserts actually laid out, and it has inside it a Barrett M82 anti-material rifle with a telescopic night vision sight. Now, I don't know if you know what that is, but that is essentially a very, very large caliber sniper rifle.
Kit.
Ridiculous. That's huge. I want that.
It's absolutely huge. The barrel has been detached and sits sort of. There's a slot in it in the case for it. It's all the stuff's there, but you'll need to take some time to put it together. Though with your firearms school you could do that. There are 3 magazines. 2 are empty. 1 has 3 rounds. And the one that has 3 rounds in it. Someone has written on in green chalk, Easter eggs for Majestic, and Majestic is written in capitals. What are your occult skills?
Me 10.
50.
40.
Right. So Agent Vermillion, you don't know this, but I'm sure the other 2 will share. So I'm just going to make it visible for all of you. The word majestic holds a special significance in UFOlogy. UFOlogy, rather. There is a theory that after the Roswell crash, the government created a secret organization dedicated to the capture and study of alien spacecraft. This organization was called Majestic 12. The theory originated with a document in 1984. Someone claimed to have found a copy of the executive order, as in from the president, creating MJ12. The FBI examined it and declared it a hoax. Most UFOologists agree, but there are doubters.
If I relay that information, if Bismuth relays that information, there's a lot of scorn in it.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, this
absolutely
is
fine.
bunkum and hoax and BS and, oh gosh, kind of thing.
Okay.
But, okay. So we're dealing with UFO nuts hiding stuff in a box and having romance, and these are the people we're supposed to get useful things from.
There's a
Beggars
sports
can't be
bag
choosers.
too. There's a sports bag too, isn't there?
And there's a Foot Locker, and then there's 18 boxes.
I'm just sort of working my way around opening stuff.
Okay, what do you want to go to next?
The sports bag, please, Bob.
The sports bag. Well, it immediately has a lot of weight to it when you pick it up.
It's going to be more big guns, isn't it?
It is more guns, yes.
We need guns, lots of them.
It contains a Winchester 1300 12 gauge pump action shotgun with a box of 17 shells.
Ooh,
An
really?
AKMS assault rifle with 5 30-round magazines. 2 are full, 1 has 21 rounds in it, and the other 2 are empty. And an H&K MK Mark 23 pistol with a silencer still physically attached to it. It can be unscrewed. It's a .45 ACP caliber and has 3 12-round clips, all full.
Someone was a gun nut and then some.
Mm-hmm. And then, does the Foot Locker have a lock on its?
No, it's got just a clasp.
And I check that there's no tripwires or grenades associated with it.
give me an investigation? So, what is your? Sorry, apologies. I sometimes forget this. I need to ask you what your skill is because you may be high enough to know your. What is your search?
Search begins with S, and that's 70.
Okay, right. Yes, there are you. You don't need to roll. You have automatic success. No, you carefully open it up. There are no traps. There are, however, some grenades inside it. There are 2 tear gas grenades in it. They looked both to be quite old. I mean, potentially really quite old. More worrying, though, however, are the 4 sticks of dynamite, which are old and covered in some kind of moisture.
Got to close the box very slowly.
There is a note attached to them, which I don't think you're expecting to read. There's also some boxes of pills. There's a Kevlar vest, a collapsible baton, and a cigar humidor.
Obviously.
It does seem like a random load of crap in there, yeah. Or some of it potentially dangerous. Now, no one's got any demolition skills, have they?
No.
No one's got any chemistry. No, it's under science. I don't think I set up any science skills for anyone. Right. Give me intelligence checks at -20.
Everyone?
Okay.
Everyone can, because I'm assuming you're all paying attention to this. One thing I forgot to say: there is working light in here. There are sort of bare bulb in the middle, which turns on with a pull by the front door. Well, sorry, the only door.
I did fail.
Is there a way to add in the -20, or are we just going to take 20 off?
I think when you go to roll,
No.
I think there's an option to apply a modifier.
No,
I didn't have that option, but there might
Okay.
be.
Same.
Right.
I didn't.
Apologies. Did anyone succeed?
Nope.
At a -20, you just succeeded. Yes.
Right. You know and can share that sweating dynamite is dangerous because that means the moisture is almost certainly nitroglycerine.
I'm guessing sticking dynamite in a humidor is not a good thing. So
It's going to ruin the cigars for one.
it's gonna ruin the cigars. Yeah, that moisture isn't just moisture; it's nitroglycerin. Let's not mess with that.
Hey, is the humidor visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Are the cigars Dominican or Cuban?
Can you see? Would you need to open the humidor to look inside?
Yeah, you'd need to see the little ring around.
Yeah. Cuban. There are 6 Cuban cigars inside. It's a cherry-coloured cedar humidor, very nicely made.
Yeah, that's also sort of illegal. Cuban cigars.
Yeah. I mean, there's various other illegal objects in here already, but yes.
Oh no, I wasn't going to nick the guy because he had some dodgy cigars, but yeah, I get you.
There's a note on the also inside the humidor that says, "If you need them, it's already too late."
Is it the same writing as the trap guy?
It is, yes. Someone clearly thinks he's funny.
This is like a
Really?
bug out shelter for some gun nut with a
sense of humor.
Bad sense of humor.
Yeah.
I
feel like that's going to be Rustin. I feel like it's Matthew McConaughey. It just sounds like
yeah.
a Rustin Cole.
Local friendly that's taken his role a little bit too far or something.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the details of the.
Kevlar vest though. I don't know if one of you wants one. They can come in handy. At least put it in the boot of your car.
Sure, everything is in the boot. It's in the trunk, and I've definitely got that gun that can shoot houses. That sounds great.
Right. just say sorry. So looking further at the stuff in the footlocker, the dynamite, though it's dangerous, as long as you're careful, and I really do mean careful. Don't no sudden start jolts is the thing. You can move it around. There's a handwritten note on there, brown with age, attached to them that says, "In case I don't succeed," and it's initialed CW and is dated September the 9th, 1935.
1935. All
That's
right.
quite.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is in different handwriting.
CW. So they would have been 60 in 1995, and they would be 77. Okay, that's ancient.
Yeah.
A mix of amphetamines and antipsychotics.
Yep.
Do you mean some amphetamines and some, antipsychotics, or
Some bottles of one, some bottles of the other, mixed sort of, but set in separate bottles. What are your history skills?
Oh, I'm good at that.
Got that somewhere. 50.
70.
Ah.
10?
10, right. So not Agent Vermillion, the other two of you. Something about CW and the 9th of September 1935 rings a bell. It takes you a little time to recall it, but the following day, on the 10th of September, a former governor of Louisiana and the at that time senator of Louisiana was assassinated by his son-in-law, Carl Weiss. Name is Huey Long. A crime that has always been a bit odd as to it was his son-in-law shot him.
That's weird that that's here after I've been told about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird.
Agent Brass, one thing you'd gather before, green boxes can sometimes become, and Agent Oculus said this hasn't been, they didn't know this existed before 9/11.
Yeah.
It sort of got lost in the mix as such. They can also become places where things agents don't know what to do with leave them.
Sure.
Right, just for giggles and shit. Like, what happens if I open this box? Am I going to find something from Abraham Lincoln? And I'll just open a box. Fuck it.
Right.
Now the thing to remember was, you remember the early warning that Oculus gave us with literally the documents mentioning a king in yellow, and the agent remembers, but Dennis doesn't.
Carcosa.
Carcosa.
On like even just seeing documents like that can send you down a spiral. So behold the spiral.
But we have to balance this, right? Because we have literal American history that could answer so many questions that have gone unanswered. Museums would want to know. This would give context to so much of the past. And you're just like, don't look at it, as she opens a box.
I'm like, look at it, you.
Right. Okay. So,
professional
do you
rant.
want...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. The numbers. So.
Just pick
right.
anyone you fancy.
All right. Pick a. Well, I don't want to pick a number between 1 and 16, Millie.
Can we put Sasha D16? Will that work? 14.
It's actually 1 and 18, but 14 will do.
14, yeah.
Box number 73. You pull it off the shelf. It's really quite light. There's not much in there. And you open it up, and there is. There's a bit of weight of it. I'm not being a little unfair. There's a sort of a length of thick rubber hose with dried blood on it.
All right, I'll just like lean it forward and be like, what is this from? Is it from some sort of strange fire?
So the other two of you have got criminology of. I don't think Millie, you've got. I don't think Agent Bismuth has got criminology of 20 or more. Have you?
I don't think so.
But the other two, I'm sure, do.
Yeah.
No, I've got
Okay.
It's probably being used to beat information out of someone.
Oops.
I just like put the lid back on and put it back on the shelf. Like,
Mhm.
what are we doing?
Good question. What? Yes. What are you doing?
Do you want to pull another one, or was Agent Vermillion pulling one?
Yeah, sure. What the hell?
Give me a number between 1 and 17.
Take number 10, please, Bob.
Right. This is really quite a heavy box when you pull it down. Box
Is it
number
more
54. No. Millie, yours was box number 73, by the way, just in case it's relevant. Box number 54. Sorry. 73. Just
A bit like Deal or No Deal, really, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. You've pulled down box number 54.
Yeah.
Inside, it's heavy. Inside are 6 box files. Each has a title on it for the box file that says The Storyville Slayer. And then there's numbers 1 to 6. There appears to be police records from the investigation into a serial killer who's called the Storyville Slayer.
Okay.
In I think the mid-90s, I think he was. But there's also a handwritten note which just says, by a totally different hand again, says investigated and murders determined not to be unnatural in origin.
All right. Do any of the history dudes know about this one?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I've just given you.
Yeah,
there's a Wikipedia article you can go and read. Serial killer who murdered prostitutes.
A real thing.
Oh yeah, this is one of the fun things with Delta Green is you bring in real things sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd heard of Huey Long.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm reading Wikipedia, and I'm basically that's Bismuth and Brass telling me what went down.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Any more, or?
I mean,
I am slightly professionally outraged in terms of the storage and safekeeping of American history that is now being hidden.
But that is half the purpose of Delta Green.
No, Millie, know this.
Okay.
Bismuth.
Right. Okay.
Bismuth.
Sorry, it's still
needs
learning.
To
it's still
come
learning.
to that
Gotcha.
conclusion eventually.
Gotcha. Sorry. Apologies.
But yeah, Millie, know this. Millie, know better than to open random things in a green box.
I do.
Do you want to open another one?
No, but I think Bismuth is definitely having like that kind of rant, like sort of thing. Like, we should come back here another time and just bring proper archival stuff. Whatever that kind of thing. And we're just in box shelves. Look at the moisture. Look at the state of the floor. There's rotting things in here. That kind of stuff.
I'm just nodding slowly with raised eyebrows.
Yes, that's
Anyone
our
else
big.
wish to take another?
That's our biggest worry.
Yeah.
The quality of stuff, not the leaky dynamite. Whether we've stored these things appropriately.
Are we using Dewey Decimal properly and that kind of thing?
Yeah, are we?
No moisture control in this root cellar.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything here pertaining to what we've been tasked with.
No, it's lots of fun stuff that we could come back to later with a proper archival unit.
Yes, like I could teach a whole course on this room.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's gonna go down well, or is the best use of our time whilst I'm here. It's potentially getting dark. I want to see where this body was.
Oh yeah, we want to get to Lake Charles before it gets dark.
And there is a bunch of paperwork to read in the car.
Yeah,
certainly. Okay, so the 2 boxes you opened, I assume you're just putting them back on the shelves and leaving them. Yep. Do you want to take anything else from in here? I'm thinking particularly of the weapons.
I'm taking the house shooting gun.
Are you taking the actual guitar case?
Obviously, because that's super cool.
Yeah. Okay. It's one of those big sort of hard shell cases.
And what's more terrifying than a middle-aged man carrying a guitar case?
Certainly.
We should take you a cigar so you can smoke the cigar and carry the case.
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you wearing a suit as well?
Definitely. 100% polyester.
Brass mentioned it, and I will take it if nobody else wants to, but there is a Kevlar vest here.
Yeah, that seems like a reasonable suggestion. But they're incredibly uncomfortable to sit in a car whilst you're wearing them.
Well, I wasn't going to wear it right now, but...
Stick it in the boot, in the trunk, whatever.
You are taking a very large gun. This Kevlar vest
But I'm
will be...
not carrying it in the front seat like this.
Well, I
out the window.
I wasn't going to put
that might draw attention.
The Kevlar on either, but if you're taking additional arms, I would like to take a little bit of protection. Although it would do nothing against the gun, so please don't shoot me.
No, but the thing is, I don't need the gun at the ready, because if I'm actually shooting a house or something like that, they don't tend to move, so I can leave it in the trunk and then,
Okay.
Just with the Kevlar vest, it's very obviously used, perfectly functional, but used. I mean, I don't know if you read the notes.
Yeah.
It's got several bullets embedded in the. God, I've got some typos in here. Apologies. Embedded in the back plate.
It's a rough place to get shot.
Yeah, so someone shot in the back here that are not penetrated. And there are claw marks and dried blood on the interior of the chest and back plates.
Wow, okay. I'm going to ponder on that for a minute, because that's clearly something's coming out of a human. However, Bismuth is not that. Not that thinky. Well, is thinky, but not in that category.
Yep.
Okay.
Once again, dried blood, very old dried blood.
Hey, at least you know it works.
Yeah, I'll get some wet wipes on that. That'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
And then.
Okay.
I'll leave first. Like.
I
think I've got some wet wipes in my overnight bag.
You're leaving the. No one wants to take the bag of guns. Was the other thing.
I feel like we've got enough guns.
Yeah, but maybe leaving it here as a backup to come back to is needed. As one of you observed before we started streaming, if you're given in Delta Green, the handler very rarely has a problem giving you more guns. It's almost like they probably won't be of much use.
Not a concern.
Yes. Right. So. You get back into your cars. Lock up the thing. Are you bothering to try and reset these hand grenades, or are you thinking that's a silly joke?
It doesn't work for me.
No, okay. And then lock it back up, and just for relevance. Can I just check? Is Vermillion still carrying the key to the green box?
Yeah, I
Got
mean, we were
one.
given that, right?
Yeah. But I just want to check who's got it, just in case it ever becomes relevant.
Yeah, I got that, and I have the envelope of
Yes.
the
Yeah.
shit envelope.
Yes. Okay. You head on then from Crowley to Lake Charles. Now,
Which is 75 miles away along the I-10.
miles or kilometers?
Miles. Kilometers aren't a
So-
thing.
Right. Right. So, sorry, I'm just trying to find my notes. Stephanie Cordish was suspended from a bridge, which you have an address for in the police files. Now, when you arrive there, it's an old, disused railway bridge, and she's obviously been taken down for a while. There is police tape marking the site, but the murder was a couple of weeks ago now, so there's no state troopers or anything keeping eye on the site. It appears that they have finished forensically with it and have withdrawn. There's still some police tape up, but it's clear that some of that has been pulled down in places, and it looks like people, quite possibly local kids, may have come and had a little bit of a morbid look at the site.
Cool.
Cool. I too would like a morbid look at the site.
Okay, so you start to have a search around. Is there anything you're looking for in particular, or are you just having a general nosy?
The sort of symbols and the devil catchers, devil nests.
Devil nests.
Are of like particular interest. So anything sort of that kind of thing. Anything sort of similar or on the walls, anything kind of carved around, anything maybe on an approach or on an exit, that kind of stuff. Looking for those kinds of things. Not
right. What is your search skill?
It's naff. It's only about 20, I think.
You can roll that then, please.
Where?
Are Vermillion and Brass both searching around as well?
Brasses, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure. I'd be familiar. This is something I'd be familiar with, sort of cordoning off searches and sort of searching by vector and all of that.
Okay. Do you two have what are your respective search skills, please?
70.
80.
Okay. So you two both have all automatic successes. Right. You search around. It appears that the police have done a fairly thorough search of the place. There are you find numerous tracks, some of them really quite fresh. I mean, last couple of days. So clearly, people have been here since the police finished the sort of crime scene investigation. You do spot one of these twig sculptures, devil's nests, very high up in a tree. I mean, serious bit of climbing to get it up there. And that has, it's hard to tell whether that's been missed by the police or they just decided that they had enough of them for evidence and didn't need to go and get that last one.
Sure.
But any sign of tracking footprints or anything like that, I mean, that's, you can see a lot of vehicle tires, which are almost certainly police vehicles and so on and so on. And I mean, they've not, it looks like they did probably a pretty thorough professional job of securing the site and investigating it, but it is since they have withdrawn from it, and it's then become a point of interest for locals, and therefore has been quite spoilt for any further. It's quite a contaminated site now, so hopefully they did a very thorough job before they withdrew.
Yeah.
Well, if there's this one hung up in a tree, and then there was another one near by her body, is that right?
So I've only given you one photo, but they've got there are at least 6 photos of suspended ones, and there's probably also a couple that were on the ground from Stephanie Cordish's site. From Dora Lange's site, they're mostly on the ground, but there are a couple that she was trussed up, sort of almost praying in front of a tree, and there were some up in the upper parts of that tree. So there are quite a number of them at each site, according to the photos. And actually going through the photos, there is the one that you have found. There's not a photo of it.
Okay.
So it does look like it was probably missed.
All right. I'll take a picture of it with my iPhone 4. But also, like, what Bismuth is thinking is, like, if this is some sort of ritual and that kind of thing, often, like, is it pointing to a certain constellation? Is it fitting along a ley line? Is it marking the root of something? Is it join the dots to make a magic symbol? You know, that kind of stuff. So more points on that kind of graph are always good. And yeah, that's so. It's possibly a later on thing when we've got all the photos and time to make a murder table kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or that big thing on the wall with the strings and the all pointing and notes and
Yeah. When we've got a motel room to do that in, maybe.
Right. Sorry, I said something slightly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think I called them devil's nests.
You did.
That was the right. Apologies. That should have been devil's nets. Nets, not NESTS. Sorry. Mispronunciation by the GM, the handler there. Right. Now you're seeing one in the flesh as such, and you're looking at it. Through your knowledge of both the occult, but also paired with your knowledge of anthropology, they're quite common in the Deep South, represented in voodoo, Santeria, and hoodoo practices to ward off evil spirits.
Okay. Yeah.
They vary in shape and size, but average a foot in height, with twine around the head of each tripod and some organic bundle of grasses at the center.
Yeah.
Right. What is your occult skill?
50.
Actually, 50, and then
40.
40. Right. Can each of you roll occult, please, as well?
Oh. I haven't passed a roll tonight, I don't think.
Good for training.
And I still haven't. I would like to spend 4 luck points, please.
Yep.
I mean, I've got 10. Can I?
Yeah, you can roll. You can roll.
I mean, sure.
Could be the one thing you've learned.
No. Okay. Right. Oh, yep. Okay. So it's the there's that's all you know about them at the moment.
All right.
Maybe you can do some more research on them.
Yeah.
So they're meant to trap evil spirits, right? They're meant to ward off.
Yeah,
the bad
they're supposed
stuff.
to. They're supposed to stop things coming. Stop the ward off and trap evil spirits from coming to something. They're going through the files of the police case. Cole and Hart, the 2 original detectives, they found these devil nets in some other places as well, sort of behind people's houses and things like that. It's not, they found them in other places that weren't just at these, all they found was Dora Lange murder. They weren't just at Dora Lange's murder. They they also found them at the meth lab where they had the shootout with the Ledoux cousins.
Mm. Yeah, if it's a relatively common practice, that's like it's understandable to find them in other places. It's just weird to like in my mind at least, to take us that amount of care for a person you just murdered, right? Because it's meant to protect. It's odd.
I think based on Bismuth's knowledge of occult and anthropology, that it would suggest it's being used in some kind of ritualistic manner.
Yeah.
But how was this person positioned?
So this one,
Is this the one who was hanging up, sort of crucified, or
yes,
is this the one on?
but,
Yeah. So that's
it was around both of them. So they both had them there. So with Stephanie Corder, she was sort of displayed hanging under a bridge.
I mean, that's deeply ritualistic anyway, being crown of thorns, a crucifix position.
Thorns and antlers. And then Dora Lange, she was bound up in bound again, and sort of in a praying position in front of a tree.
Yeah, so it's all deeply ritualized.
Yeah.
Now it's 11:05.
Mm-hmm.
So shall we leave it there for the night?
Yes, sir.
And then continue next week?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So should we say goodbye to anyone who's watching? I think that are actually people watching.
Yeah,
so thank you for watching. There will hopefully be another session of this in a week's time.
There will be, and
bye for now.
I should mention on Wednesday there will be Warhammer things.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Oh yes, Warhammer Wednesday.
Warhammer Wednesdays. Aaron and the folks we were just discussing earlier on Discord how their frontline fighter is a war dancer, and I was a bit worried.
And is Pete running some more heroic deeds?
No,
not right now.
No, okay.
He's just published a book, I think. Almost. Come and join us on Discord. You can find out what he's up to. But yeah, come back on Wednesday. Maybe we'll have more information. I'm going to press some buttons.
Back to Delta Green in a week's time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll push some buttons. We'll disappear, but you can come and see us on Discord and stuff. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thanks.